Hi guys. Pardon the background noise, pardon the camera angle. Definitely do not YouTube and drive. I'm not using my hands. So I just stuck you guys on my dashboard and decided to go ahead and start channeling some of what I've been like mulling over all day long. I have notes. And my goal was to go over this on the beach with you, but the particular beach I'm trying to get to, the least peopliest one, is like, I wouldn't say it's like 10 miles from my house, but it's taken me about an hour to get there. So stop and go traffic. So let's talk, you guys. I saw this video of this lady the other day on TikTok talking about, she's like, I'm definitely communicating to you guys from a fourth dimensional perception of reality. And you guys know me, densities and dimensions both describe different aspects of reality, but I've been there too. And I've been like really thinking about that and what that means. By the way, you guys, we are cruising through the, this is the southern part of the hotel zone in Tulum. And just a lot of people walking around. Locals. It's the day before Easter. It's Semana Santa, which is like a 2-week celebration. Schools are closed. People come get off of their jobs. It's like spring break for the whole country. All right. Nonetheless, thank you for being here with me. All the information you need to get in touch with me, book a reading, etc., are down below. Today, I don't have cards or anything for you guys. I just want to talk to you about my experience in the fourth density / fourth dimensional reality, because I think a lot of us are there and we're not going to know it right away. Okay, there's a part of this meditation that I was doing this morning where it was just talking about the fact that like there are not just 7 colors of the rainbow, right? There's like 7 types of colors of the rainbow, right? But it's not like 7 solid bands. Like there's just this purple and then that indigo and this blue. No, there's all these different shades in between the different colors. And it's like we have very gradually gone from yellow to this like yellow green, because to me it's a shift from the solar plexus being the center of our core to the heart chakra being the center of our core. Okay, so it's like we just kind of like, if you know the color wheel, you guys, you studied the color wheel in art class. Look at you all the way over there. I'm so sorry, that was so rude, but now you know my eyes are on the road. Okay, but we studied the color wheel and there's like green, yellow, green, yellow, right? We're in there, but some of us are looking around like, oh my God, I'm fully green. This is a shade of green. Because we are in the fourth density, fourth dimension, we are operating from our heart chakras. And I tell you what, just that shift of, there's so many potholes. So, anyways, sometimes the people are the danger, like the hazard, and sometimes it's just the road. So, the way that has shifted my perspective of the same reality that's probably always been existing all this time is, first of all, my perception of time is so much more fluid. Oh, they got some Beyonce going on in there. We're like in the discount. I just like assume nobody can understand me because I'm speaking in English, but this is a part of town where people probably can. All right, this is like the discount part of the hotel zone. But it's cute, you guys. I love the art here. And you can just see tops of trees over here. Lots of construction. Topes. Okay. But also some eye candy. Okay. let's get back into the conversation. I'm focusing. Okay, so time, we always say time is fluid, right? But we've also really been locked into this past, present, future perception of it. And what I really want to talk about with my experience lately is that phenomenon where time passes really, really quickly if you're just engaged in something that you're not even thinking about, versus how slowly time can pass when you're not particularly engaged in anything. And I think it has a lot to do with you're not really, it's like metabolism, but metabolizing your energy. Does that make sense? Metabolism is the rate at which the chemical reactions in our body take place. How we turn food into energy. Oh my gosh, and the fashion here. Like if Obi-Wan Kenobi were here today, right? The fashion is great. Okay, so there's so many fewer people here and I'm a lot less stressed. So let's focus though. So that's what's been happening. That phenomenon has been like multiplied and magnified, right? Like I went to a cenote, God, it's been probably almost a week now ago, and I was underwater for like 15 minutes and 2 hours had passed, right? Stuff like that. But when I'm just kind of like, because I got very, very sick this week, I'm just laying there, like letting time pass, it feels like it takes forever. So that, the first part of my experience, okay? I feel like my dream states have been so much more vivid. Like I'm there, right? It's not a movie that I'm watching in my mind's eye. It's something that I am participating in. And I feel like that's almost like the key. It's like the extra dimension of perception that's available to us here in the fourth density. I talk about time space. Time space is just this other, for me, it's the other world. It's another dimension that exists right on top of our own. It occupies the same space, but time works very differently. Okay? You can navigate through time there, whereas here you can only navigate through space. But I feel like that's my dream state self. Dream state self does not turn off at night anymore. She's always running in the background. That app is always running in the background. And it's very cool, but we're talking about fluidity. It's a dropping of the veils. I love this girl's dress. It probably costs, actually that, she probably got that online. It's cute. Anyways, dresses here are like $160 for what you can get at Ross in the States. I just want to go to Ross. Anyways, so it's a lifting of these veils. One is the veil of past, present, future. One is the veil of sleep state self versus waking self. Another one, which was down at the bottom of my list, but should be inserted here because it's relevant, is because I talked about I got sick early this week. I had just this terrible fever. And I remember saying on her channel some time ago, and she's probably said it a couple times, how like, why do we have this veil up between us and our body? Like when we are sick, why can't we just communicate with our body and our body can tell us what it's going through and what it needs? And the truth is, I think that it's always been able to, but our perception of that has been veiled. So that veil is also dissolving. Okay? And what I mean by that is like, I went through a full, I think I might have gotten food poisoning. And I was having all of these crazy, digestive tract issues. And I remember thinking to myself, just because it's, you know, when you're like, dear God, I would literally pull my stomach out of my body right now if I could. It hurts so bad. And so I thought to myself, what if I do my humming? What if I just hum at the resonant frequency of what I know my solar plexus, which is, ooh, only $5. Okay. Sorry guys, there's a cenote there that I might have to check out. So I was like, what if I just like, you know, like resonate that vibration, that vocalization that I had that associates with the solar plexus? Is that going to help my stomach? And it did. It did. It's like I intuitively knew what to do to give my body the physical relief that it needed, right? And then I was going through this terrible fever and chills. Like, you guys know when you're on that roller coaster and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so hot, I'm so hot, I'm so hot. And then 10 minutes later, you're fucking freezing cold. Okay? We're going to go through the arcomaya. Oh no, it's closed. It's closed. It might have to do with the holidays. I might have to pause. Okay, we'll resume this in a moment. Okay, there it is. There's the arcomaya, and it's not closed. I just have to really concentrate on this part right here, you guys. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, it's just really bumpy. We're going like, I don't know, 5 miles an hour here. That I don't know what that guy's doing. Anyways, I haven't been here since 2018, you guys. I remember a car full of tourists saw me like doing a little squat in the woods. Anyways, let's go back to my fever. As I was going through this fever, it was like, oh my God, it was giving me, like, I was shuddering, I was shaking. It was so like physical. And I remember my body just like in my mind, like my clear cognizance, giving me these instructions, like, don't feed it anything, right? There was a while I didn't even go. It was maybe like 8 to 12 hours without water even, okay? Because that's what my body needed, all right? It needed to purge. And every time I gave it water, it was like I was feeding the thing that needed to be purged. I don't know, you guys. I'm a mom, not a doctor, okay? And I was just listening to my body, and that's what it was telling me. And I also I had this urge to talk to my body, just in my thoughts. Just tell my body, oh my gosh, I love you. You're doing a really good job. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing right now. And it was just, I don't know, you guys. I'm not in the energy healing area of the field. I've done some work into it. I can move energy. I can clear chakras. I can clean auras, things like that. I can dissolve attachments. Whew. But I'm learning. I'm still learning. Because reminder, okay? You guys, my anniversary is coming up. 25 years, almost 25 years ago, I was literally yeeted out of my own physical body. So just learning to be in my body and to listen to the cues that my body has been giving me is huge, right? It's a reparenting technique. I've had to teach myself to be in my body, listen to my body, because as a result of my physical trauma, it's easy to just yeet myself out of my physical form. So, oh man, you can smell the Sargasso, but the ocean's so close right here. I tell you what, back in Progresso, it was so easy to get just like right on the beach, right on the ocean. Here, everything is owned. Like, it's public, but the access to it is not, right? So anyways, side rant. Okay, I'm gonna get past, but I wanna watch out for this lady. So, the fact that like I can use my claircognizance now to understand what my body needs, because I can heal the energetic and emotional body, right? But actually getting in there with the physical body, that's cool. That's all I'm saying, is that's not typically my area of expertise. But I had these amazing experiences, and it's like, wow, I can understand my body. Like the way I talk about, I can understand trees, I can understand guides. All of those veils dissolving. My guides are always here with me. They're like on my shoulder. I've got like, ooh, they just showed me like Michael Jackson, like elbow pads, right? Like little golden ones at the fringe, but there's just like literally like a choir of angels on each side, and all sorts of pagan deities, ancestors, and who knows what else. What else is on my list here? So channeling state. I talked about how, you know, you get into the flow state and time just passes so quickly. I'm finding that those things are happening more and more. Like I disconnect from any sense of self, which is good. I divorce myself from the ego. Okay? Not divorce it is in like, I hate you, stay out of my life. But I no longer see my interactions with the world through that lens. It's like it's there. The lion hasn't been tamed. It's just, and the lion is my symbol for ego. It's as if it's like the lions, everybody, oh, that makes sense. Everybody's like, oh, we need to tame our ego. There's a particular figure in my periphery right now who's driving me nuts with this philosophy at the moment, and I'm laughing at myself for being like, she's just rolling my eyes every time this person pops back up into my consciousness. It's like, you got to tame your ego, taming the untamed ego. And it's like, you know what? Your ego needs to be wild. It's not a bad ego. It was just mistreated when it was being raised up. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking of like that argument that people have about pit bulls. There's no bad pit bulls. There are mistreated pit bulls. There's no bad ego. There are just mistreated egos. There's no bad children, y'all. There's not a single one in the world. They just mistreated. There's really no bad humans, adults either. There's just hurt people. You guys know that, okay? But it's like our lion, because I talked about this symbol, the difference between the very docile lion and the very, like, the lion that came out in the strength card in my last reading. I need to start paying attention. I could probably pull over anywhere I find a spot, but I'm looking for a restaurant, like a beach club. They got them out here. Anyways, thanks for coming on this little road trip with me. I never get to talk and drive anymore because I'm always in the car alone. Okay, so talking about these veils. So it's like my ego and I are not at war with each other anymore. Because my ego, the only reason why we want to like push it down, the same reason we do with our shadow side, with our unhealed child side. Everybody wants to shush the child, but it needs to be listened to. So if you've been through the process where you're like, okay, ego, what do you need? And then you're like learning to integrate it. Oh, that's then that lion can sleep at your feet. And then when I'm ready to call up my lion, ooh, it's just like that strength card. But my lion it's not like a circus lion that's been like whipped and beaten and is afraid to be itself. It doesn't even trust its natural instincts anymore because it has been forced to survive in a false environment. Yes, that is a message of healing for all of us. For all of us. Speak, Spirit, speak. Wow, I felt that one. Okay? So I can just get into the flow of something, and I don't have this perception of Molly doing a thing. I become the thing that I'm doing. And it's beautiful. I love it. So I've been thinking a lot and writing a lot about this topic. So I don't know how much of it I've mentioned on this channel or on TikTok. Follow me everywhere so you don't miss anything. But about, where'd that thought go, girl? The ego is a mechanism. Okay? It's a function of our physical incarnation into the third density, and it is what creates for us that third dimensional perspective of time as past, present, and future, right? So I've been understanding and talking about ego as this mechanism that is necessary in order to get us to be able to conceive of ourselves and to truly understand the lessons. Oh my gosh, there's the ocean right there. The lessons of cause and effect, which are inherent. That's what we're here in this density for. I can literally, can I cut through? Okay. You guys, I'm gonna take you to the beach with me. I'll make sure I post the pic. We'll probably cut this off whenever I figure out where I am. I had to close my GPS. But it's just a matter of figuring out, like, where is the access to the beach. Okay. Channeling state, communication with my body. This is the final one, you guys. Oh my God. This is why I posted that video earlier on my community tab, and I talked, like, I referred to the Great Awakening. This is the place I was looking for. Okay. I kind of want to drive a little farther. As the Great Huckabee. Okay, I'll be right back. And the reason why I did that is because if you've seen the movie I Heart Huckabees, oh my gosh. Like, I need to watch that again. But it keeps coming up in my messages. And specifically that scene, if you guys don't know what it's about, it's so hard to explain. There are these quote-unquote they're Lily Tomlin and Dustin Hoffman. They're existential detectives. And they just, like, it's almost like they go in and they point out everything that is out of alignment in these people's lives. And then you can watch the resistance take place. In fact, I feel like what wants to be communicated is that each of the different characters kind of represents like a different group of people in this energy shift right now on the planet. And I'm identifying with Naomi Watts because she finds herself in this position where she is identified with huckabees, and huckabees just represents the matrix, okay? Damn. And she has been so loyal to huckabees that when she has her own little personal awakening and starts being her authentic self, huckabees rejects that in her. And she's like, how is this thing that I was so loyal to for so long not loyal back to me? And that's when she goes from I Heart Huckabees to Huckabees. And everybody around her is like, oh, what? You said what about the Matrix? The Matrix has given you everything. How could you walk away from the Matrix? And then they start to see the dissolution of the Matrix in their own lives. Okay? Because The point of this story is that one of the veils that's lifting is our perception of energy is in our face. It is a physical sensation that I have when I come into contact with an energy that is at a very different vibration than I am. I can feel it in my body. The same way, like it makes me nauseous. The same way that in that scene where Jude Law is telling the Shania story and he literally can't even get the words out of his mouth. He begins to like vomit. Because his body and his whole energy body is rejecting that vibration that he maintained for so long. That's what's going on there. That's what I've been experiencing. That's what I've been experiencing. Yeah. Yeah. You can feel it in your body. It's not even like, because I feel like before it was clear cognizance. Right? Somebody would walk into the room and I would be like, oh, there's just something about that person. Now it's like I feel it. It's a physical sensation of dis-ease. And I have to get away from it. Last time I was around, like I went and I stopped and I don't drink anymore. Maybe a glass of wine by myself here and there. You guys. Let me get a good view. Look at this freaking beautiful. Yeah, so this is the Seankhan Biosphere Reserve and my really dirty windshield. Somebody who's not amused, I'm sure. Oh, it's so pretty here. Anyways, I talked about this a while back, maybe it was on TikTok, that like I feel like we talk about the 7 chakras, but it's just like 7 colors. Those are just like the main hubs. We really have like these millions of like energy portals all over our body. And it's like I can physically feel, physically sense changes in vibration. And it's pretty intense. So that's been my experience. Why I think I'm living in a 4th density or 4th dimensional reality. I also am really, really aware of the blending of timelines. Like, if you're watching this video, then we're on this timeline, right? But that doesn't mean that we were yesterday. Everything's so weird. It's like this quantum understanding of the universe. It's like this weird, like, the fluidity of time is no longer conceptual. It is perceptual. That's the way I would describe my experience with the physical reality. I think I can park here. I think I found the spot. Oh, fuck yes, I did. Oh, you guys, looky, I found it. Okay. That guy, I don't know what they're doing. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up, okay? I will post a video on TikTok or Instagram or something to make sure that you guys... Oh, yeah, there's a little path right there. That you guys get to see... Oh, fuck. Okay. Look, I'll show it to you right now. I feel like this is where... I feel like I've been to this spot before. Okay. Okay. Smell it. There you go, you guys. There's the freaking Caribbean. I made it. We made it. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to catch that restaurant on the way back and get this uploaded for you guys. Thanks to your patience, I just really feel better now that I've gotten it all out. All right? Take care. Are you, by the way, question, are you guys in the 4th density too? Are you there? Let me know. Let me know.